All right, what is up, YouTube watchers, people that watch YouTube? Well, I got the front Beltec lowering struts installed. As you can see, I had to play with the rings quite a bit. I got 2 out of 6 rings on them, so 2 rings, and that's where it sits. So that is about where I want it, right there. It sits just a tad bit higher in the back, not too low in the front. I think maybe this other side would be better. The sun won't be. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the gap right there, and you can see the gap right there. It just sits a little bit higher in the back, which is what I wanted, because if I ever haul anything in the bed of this truck or put a trailer on it, I don't want the back squatting. I want the back to still be, you know, if the back gets brought down a little bit, I want it to still sit, you know, as level as it can sit. You know, I think a trailer with some hay would probably still squat this thing a little bit in the back. It would definitely come down some. But I don't know, not much. I haven't hauled any hay with this truck yet. But yeah, I didn't want it sitting level because of that. But as you can see, the front wheels are just barely on it. I got 2 bolts on it because I had to play with the rings a lot to get it. I had 1 ring at first, which it set way too low in the front. It set down, I mean, quite a bit lower than this. I mean, if I had 24s on this thing and I wanted to slam it, probably 1 ring or no rings, it would be, that fender would be right on that tire. But anyway, 2 rings in the front. That brought all the suspension back down a little bit. It's not at a crazy angle. And now with drop spindles and those struts, the camber or caster, whatever it is, the leaning part isn't as bad now. As you can see, it barely cambers in at the top. So that will be a lot better to align. And I did twist on the tie rods, which this does look like it's towed in a lot more now. I don't know, maybe I'd have to go back and look at the other video. It may be lower or higher than what it was with that rough country, the rough country drop, where you just take the strut and place it on the underside of the lower control arm. I don't remember what it looked like compared to this. I think I got a picture on my phone, I can look, but clearly this side's sitting a little bit higher because the ground's uneven. But you get the point how it's sitting right here. Next I need to go ahead and work on finalizing this. I need to get everything torqued down, actually put on. I don't even have the top bolts on the strut, or even the middle strut bolt tight. Like, I got everything loose to where I could jack it up and take everything apart and install or remove a ring if needed. But now that I got it where I want it, oh, excuse me, I can go ahead and put all this together. Man, that looks so much better than when it was stock height. God, that is just so perfect. And look, like when I hop in this truck, I mean, it's not low, but look at the seat to ass ratio. Look, my ass is right here, ass to seat. I mean, it's just, you see that? There is no doing that, no jumping up in this truck anymore. It's just you get in, you slide over. And I know you shouldn't slide on this, that messes this foam up. But literally, I can get in here, pick this leg up, and it goes over that foam now. I'm not pushing into that foam anymore. It's already got some wear right in here. But yeah, just in. That's it. That's way better. It's not sitting up like a damn 4x4 anymore. But anyway, I'm going to continue with getting this front completely put together. Then we'll have to schedule a alignment. Depending on the price and my availability, I think in 2 weeks I get a 4-day weekend again, if we play our cards right. May see about getting a new windshield. You can see how this one's got a crack that runs right there in the middle of it all the way across. Get another windshield and tint these front windows, tint them to where they match these back windows. Just go ahead and put some tint on the front windows. And that's it. Oh, and the, real quick, let me grab one of these mud guards, rock guards. Oh, it's still messy in here. See, this is the passenger one. That's the passenger one. I may take some paint thinner and remove that gold paint. Just have a black bow tie emblem there. Or I don't know, it matches. All the other emblems on here are gold. So, you know, it kind of matches, I guess. It already looks paw, grandpa truck, but that's about where it goes. That lines up a lot better. That bottom I'll have to bend back down. I bent it up a little bit, but that immediately fits a lot better. I mean, I think it'll even go in. Yeah, about like that. Yeah, so that'll work. We'll install these eventually to match the fronts, because I am going to keep these on here because I live on a dirt road. And with this being this low now, you can see how close that is to the ground right there. That's going to catch more rocks and stuff. So protect my side of my truck. And then these, well, don't really need rear ones because all the rocks get thrown back. But if you got front mud flat rock guards, it kind of don't look right just to have front ones. So I got some rear ones to match the fronts. So everything's matching and even. The only other thing I'd like to find is a bed cover, like one of them fiberglass bed covers, a real paw truck. Get one of them paintable fiberglass bed covers, put a cap on the bed. Then eventually I'll work on the system. I got the radio installed. As you can see, I don't have that cap, that bezel put on yet, because like I said, I still need to run the wire and the reverse camera. But in the back, man, I need to clean the inside of this truck. It sucks having bright colored interior in here because it gets dirty so easy. But as you can see, I got everything here for the system. I did run some sound deadener on the back glass here, on the back wall here. So that sounds way better. That's way quieter. They don't sound like a tin can anymore. But yeah, got that. Since I installed that radio, I can run the, what am I thinking about? I can run the amp turn on wire down on this side right here. And that'll be everything to power on an amp, basically. So yeah, install all this stuff again, vacuum the hell out of this. I'd like to find some black carpet to maybe hang right here, then place the amp on the back wall. I don't know, just make it look as nice as I can possibly make it look. I need to wash the truck. The road down there is still a muddy mess. It'll dry up though, but I'm not driving this truck any until the road dries up. But I mean, this is the nicest vehicle. Well, that's a new car, but this is the nicest truck I've got right now. So I don't really drive it. And it has the dreaded DOD engine. So I'm just waiting for that ever so coming day when it starts ticking. But anyway, I'll come back, try to make this video short. I'll come back, one side jacked up, tire off, and, you know, tightening everything up under there as good as I can. The 3 strut bolts, the center strut bolt, the lower bolts, I'll show you. I replaced those with those other ones, big beefy bolts, but I'll show you all that. Right, so I got this side off right here. Let me take you down here. And yes, it's only on a jack. There's no jack stand under here, so do not do what I do. That's why I don't record these videos, because I don't want anybody following what I do. But whatever. Let's see. Got the factory bolts installed down here. I wanted to use those other big bolts, but I thought, nah, I'll just go back and put the factory ones. Got those installed. I need to clean off all these tie rods, clean off the grease zerks. I don't know why in the world they didn't put a grease zerk up here. That probably would have gave this thing, this control arm ball joint, that probably would have made it last twice as long if they put a grease zerk up there. I mean, it's got a little dot up there, like maybe I could drill a hole and put one in it, but at this age, it's not even worth it. I mean, it don't have any play in it, and when I checked it, when I installed this drop spindle, it was still pretty tight. So we're gonna call that good. Got this piece here put on. I need to push this to the side more or bend this bottom thing down here, because this right here was resting on that. So I'd like to pull that out away from that. But anyway, we're getting off these plastic pieces right here, you know, that went on here. Just take a screwdriver and get them off, because we're gonna have to get this truck aligned. And I just took like a screwdriver. See, this is really hard for me to film. But anyway, simple stuff. Just take a screwdriver, get it in there. You know, just do that. Where is it? Just like that. Just pops right off. You can keep this as a memento for when this truck is brand new or whatever. I'm just gonna throw them away. So now you can loosen these bolts. I done greased them up, and I've already loosened these bolts all the way up. You know, just I loosened them up, but I kept the plastic pieces in there so the alignment never changed. But I'll go ahead and loosen them up, get them free spinning, then tighten them back down, so that way the alignment shop, when they get the truck, they can easily loosen them and they won't have to fight with them. But oh yeah, down here I need to go ahead and, this grease zerk is just spun in here. I need to go ahead and tighten it down all the way. Lower bolt is on tight. I've got a Carter key in it right there, so it should be good to go. I think I tweaked it some. I need to bend it back down. Man. You know what? We're going to take this guy out, straighten it up, fix it, cut it shorter, because it sticks out way too long. All this stuff is put back on. Need to put this bolt back in here. I need to find another bolt for the other side, because one of the sides was missing. These need to be turned. O'Reilly's wants $30 a rotor to turn these. $30 per rotor. I can go to Rock Auto and find Raybestos R-line rotors. They're like $40 each. $40 for these. I have R-line Raybestos on the other truck, and they seem fine. So I might just jump for a set of new rotors instead of having these turned. Because these are, you know, what is this truck, a 2011? 22, 10 plus years old. And like I said, it does need some, down in there, it does need some brake pads. So I can get the Raybestos brake pads, Raybestos rotors, and it'd be like a little over $100. I may just do that. Put some fresh stuff on the front. Like I said, I need to tighten all these up here. I need to tighten that center bolt in there. As you can see it right there. Need to tighten that guy all the way down. It's a lot of tightening. I may do that from the top, pop the hood. I need to replace this plastic piece right here. As you can see under there. My jack slipped off of it last night, so I broke that plastic piece. So I need to find an OEM GM one of those. I think I did find one on eBay. They're like 50 bucks. Just replace that guy. Sway bar bushings. They look kind of okay. These are polyurethane bushings. They still look good. You know, these bushings go bad in these trucks, so I went to O'Reilly's and got like the aftermarket polyurethane kit and just used the bushings. It was like 20 bucks. 20 bucks to put polyurethane in there. Just use the factory GM stuff. So far it's worked great. But this side, I can get this side bolted back together. The other side, I need to replace the inner tie rod. So I was looking under here, and I guess somewhere under there, you know, this outer is just held on by that, but the inner one, I think, has like a compression style, like on a CV joint. I don't know why they do that, but I guess they have to. I hate messing with those compression style fittings for like compression style clamps for like CV joints. I never have gotten right. I don't have the tool for those, but I'm gonna have to do something. But anyway, I guess I'll come back on here whenever I get this side done and put back on and the tire permanently mounted. Okay, and after some dangerous work later, I got everything tightened up, snugged up, permanently mounted on the front of this truck. This inner tie rod I did replace. I need to get a clamp for the backside where the boot goes onto the strut, or onto the whatever it's called, rack and pinion. I gotta find a boot. I gotta find a clamp. But anyway, this is your type of clamp that comes off of it right here. You know, a CV joint type clamp. I'm gonna go to Napper and see if they got anything like that or something I can put on there. It's actually a very tight fit without one, but I know it'll eventually come off. And it's shiny metal and grease inside there, so that will rust up and ruin real fast. Anyway, got all this done. Dangerous work. Dangerous by just a jack under there, me crawling under the truck with just a floor jack. Don't ever do that. If that jack were to fail, I wouldn't be making this video right now. But, you know, I know it's dangerous, so it's okay. But you don't do it. Cracked open a cool one. Mountain Dew. Not beer. Fuck beer. I don't drink that stupid shit. But anyway, I'm about to pull this back there, and I guess that's going to be the end of this video, because next I'll have to schedule an alignment. And I don't, like I said, in the next week or so, I'll have a 4-day weekend. I might be able to do that. I got to get a schedule for center glass to get this. There's a crack right there, right in the middle of the windshield. I got a schedule for center glass to get a windshield. I think they said $200, $250 to put a windshield in this truck. Tint these front windows to match these back windows. I don't want to black this truck out. I don't want this thing to be illegal and a cop magnet. But just get the fronts to match the back. You know, that's probably 35% on the front or 30. I don't know what these backs are from the factory, but you know, just make it match. And then after all that, we might be able to start piecing stuff together for the sound system. I still would like to do 118 with about 2,000 watts. Just tune it real low to 30 hertz or something. I got this long part of the back seat taken out. Oh, excuse me. Oh, delicious. Stay. But I've shown it before. Got a big area here cleared so I could put a box right here. You know, have it come up to about here or something, not too tall. 118, a port. You know, tuned to about 30 hertz. Probably 8 or 10 cubic foot. I don't know. I'm probably going to go with the Scar EVL 18, I think is what I'm going to go with. Just a low level 18. Nothing massive. Because I want to just 2,000 watts is what I want to stay around. And I should be able to get fairly loud and low for 2,000 watts. Especially with an 18 that can produce low notes easily. You know, because the radio is hooked to the speaker, so there's no mids and highs amp. So it's just radio is powering the door speakers, so I don't need much of a system back here. Technically, I could just run a 15 back here, and that would be adequate for what I have with the door speakers, but I've never owned an 18 before, so I want to get an 18-inch subwoofer to fit back here. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this out too. I don't need any of this stuff in here anymore. not for now. Next step will be pulling that headliner down and putting some of this on the roof of the truck. Probably 2 layers, because it is a little bit rattly, tin canny up there. And I know like maybe 2 layers of this might help with the summertime heat. I don't know. This stuff seems to do good. That back wall is pretty warm, and it's still sticking very good. This is supposed to be that rubberized stuff. I mean, I've seen a lot of people use that kill mat. But anyway, I'll move this truck real quick, see how that steering wheel feels. I got the nut measured on this inner tie rod. I measured the nut and I put it back the way it was, but this tire looks like it sits in a little bit further. But you know, that's why you take them to get them lined. I have to pull the tape on it and just see what it looks like. I have to get it half-ass close to drive it there. Delish. This stuff is high in calories, but man, is good. Been a while since I've been in this truck. Got a low tire. That don't surprise me. Battery's about to die in this thing. When I get my tax return, I'll have to get a battery for this thing. Oh yeah, that steering wheel is a lot tighter now. I can tell a big difference. Nothing's rattling in the front now because everything's actually mounted and tight and put on, ready to go. The front end is silent now, no rattling. Backing up kind of fast. I need to get the backup camera to work. I got to get a camera. That backup camera is going to be nice on this truck. Let's see. Let's see. It's tight back here. These 2 buildings are kind of at an angle, so you got to kind of back in and turn back this way. So yeah, there's a truck right there. So about right there, then whip it back this way. Gently. About right there. Right there. It's good. I see that concrete block down there. I'm missing it. At least that still works. Alright. I guess that's gonna be it for this video. I have to get this truck, when it gets done, I have to give this truck another wash. Put on those rear mud flaps too. It's just a daily driver. Well, when I want to drive it. Yeah, that front sits about right. That's about good right there. A little lower than the back. It's kind of at an incline in here. The back kind of goes up. This area right here is not flat. Kind of picks up on this side. But anyway, that truck, I got the battery charged again. I'm seriously considering selling this truck. I don't know. I don't know. If I sell it, I'll regret selling it. If I sell it, nobody will give me what I want for it. I got $4,500 in it. I'd like to at least get $4,500 out of it. I don't know. Because I'm screwing around with this truck more than I'm screwing around with that truck. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. You guys have a great weekend and have a great day or night.